Yo, man. Jeremiah Black Development Network. We are back with another video. Sundays are going to be my off days, but I will still have content going through Sunday. So tonight I'll be doing a couple videos going through Sunday, man. So make sure that you guys continue to like, subscribe, comment. Um, but let's get into this one. I thought it was an interesting topic. Uh, I think one of the guys that's talking is married, but what's the name of this shit? Let me see what the name of it is. I know it's the Lapeef network, so I haven't commented or seen anything on Lapeef network and stuff like that. And it is, you need my money. Kayla tells chaotic. Most men can't afford a woman to submit. So I guess we could talk about that topic, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see. Let's see.
On. That is cap. Maybe there are men that are like, yeah, you watch those. Stop it. Like, there's nothing a five washing dishes can do that will make you as sexually as excited as a 10. I don't care what the fuck you talking about. Okay? I just think that this whole thing is crazy because most men cannot afford this shit that you're telling them. They cannot afford this. They can't. They can't. They
And
can't.
it's a whole
You need
bunch
my
of
money. You need my money. You need my money. So I don't want to hear none of that, all of that. 90% of
Uh,
men need that check that she brings home. And this is the facts. Okay? So it's really wild to me that people want to try to Kevin Hart their woman. You are not Kevin. You should humble yourself. And you should not give bad advice to these men out here that are driving around in Corollas telling somebody what the fuck they need to be doing.
Damn, a Corolla is actually a very affordable car. Real quick, off point like a motherfucker, man. It's crazy like how people, talk about like foreign cars and stuff like that. I seen a interview with Meat Mills. This is a while ago, but Meat Mills was interviewed through what is it, $1 million worth of game. Shout out to Gilly and Wallow. I really love those guys too. And he was talking about his $400,000 car, and that one of the tires was like $7,000. You get what I'm saying? So you obviously have to have some crazy amount of money to be able to afford these foreigns and things like that. That's just my kilter off that. Um, it's a lot to really break down within that, because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I've been listening to that on repeat all day so that I can get my points together and stuff like that. I kind of don't get where she's kind of coming from. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. I don't know what she means. So so I'm just gonna attack some of her points as my own opinion. Where she was like, most men, you need my check and stuff like that. I know it's gonna come off some context for later, but I think I do agree with that part. But I do think that when it comes to submissiveness, women don't submit to you based off of how much money you got or anything like that. They submit to you based off of how that stuff correlates with your life. So if you got your life together, type of shit. There are people that make millions of dollars. That there are people that make a lot of money and they don't have good credit. There's people that make a lot of money and they don't, which is insane to say, but it's the truth. There's, what I mean. Sometimes people can't handle that big amount of money. So what I'm taking from that is that she's like, whenever you need a woman's money, you can't ask for that level of submissiveness from a girl or from a woman and things like that. And I kind of think that's dumb because it takes two to tango. A relationship is two people. A marriage is two people. I just don't think. I think that it's crazy that that's an insult. That you need your wife's money to make pay the bills and stuff like that. And especially if you live in the United States and you know what I mean. Like, it's cool to say that you take care of your wife and stuff. Kudos to the brothers that are out there doing that, man. But if you have a wife that's willing and capable of working, there's nothing wrong with her working and paying bills. Like, that doesn't scratch your masculinity or even her femininity. Like, you know what I mean? He's still providing if he is still doing his share of the work that you guys have set the boundaries for that relationship and things like that too. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I think majority of the women not the women that you just see online. But majority of the women that live out here in the real world, bro, they are okay, and they have been okay with. I even met women that were sunning niggas. Like, the nigga was living on the couch. He wasn't doing shit. She was going out and getting the work done and stuff like that, and she didn't give a shit. At least at that time, she didn't give a damn. So, let's get into it some more. Let's get into it.
I got a question. So you married? You said you married, right? Chaotic.
Yeah, are
Do
you
you
hear me?
cheat?
Yeah, I am.
Do you cheat?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Believe it or not, no. I, you want me to expound upon that?
Sure.
Okay. I don't cheat because I'm very faithful and I'm very honorable. And I believe, first of all, I came from a nuclear family.
It's crazy how like cheating nowadays is like you saying like a dude saying that you don't cheat is like I'm just looking at her face. Her face is funny. It's crazy how we just like as men we're like, do you cheat? And it's like no, but this is why I don't cheat. And it's like nigga, it's obvious why you shouldn't cheat. Like what?
So I understand the dynamics of maintaining a certain level of order. And I chose a woman who I felt was special enough for me to rid my way. All men are capable of cheating, all men are polygamous. But when I met
No, we're not all polygamous, but keep going.
my wife, she was everything that I wanted. She was tall, dark, she looked Sudanese. And this is what I wanted. And on top of that, she was domestic. There's nothing like cooking and cleaning and shutting the fuck up. And what I'm saying is that it makes me not want to have any infidelities and cheating, for example. It makes me want to maintain that order. It makes me want to refine my animalistic urges.
So long story short, you saying that she's the person that determines whether you cheat or not.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's up.
I gotta disagree with that. And some niggas cheat because it's Tuesday. And that's just the truth. That's just like that's not even like a an argument. Like there are some women out here that are doing everything at home. They're doing absolutely what the guy asked her. The guy asked her to do. You look at Shaq. Shaq just had an interview where he admitted, like she was doing everything right. She was awesome. She was a great wife. I fucked up. He fucked up. You get what I'm saying? Even though Channing Crowder tried his hardest to say, no, no, it wasn't. It was your. And he's no, nigga. It was my fault. You get what I'm saying? So this myth of that dudes need a no. You were accessible to him. You were an opportunity. Men are very opportunistic when it comes to these types of relationships and stuff like that. And because we are opportunistic, sometimes it honestly is just vicinity. Like we had a woman next to us and she gave us that attention and shit like that. Now, do I think some men are like, there are some men out there that, not having something at home and then a lady comes along and she offers a different perspective and it could possibly lead to cheating? Absolutely. But most of these dudes that are cheating cheat because it's Easter, nigga. The fuck?
To the woman. It's a woman's job constantly to keep you from acting upon your animalistic drive to have sex with multiple women. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Well, I disagree
Well,
100%. I think
absolutely.
a lot of it is just that, in a general sense, I think a lot of it is that guys put themselves in a position of where they have to reject temptation on a regular basis. And that's really what it is. It comes down to if you have to make an effort to cheat, because most times I would assume that guys that get into situations in which they wind up cheating, it's not something that they was looking to do, it's something that wind up happening. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times guys can cheat and not even remember the chick name and don't even, just keep it moving and not even trip off of that. They don't get emotionally connected unless they continue to rock with the chick for an extended period of time and they get to know her. Um,
That's that. I will give Anton that too. That part is absolutely true. What a lot of women don't understand is like, and niggas do fall in love with the side chick, and that's why it's so hard to get rid of her. One and done, it's over. It's nothing to it. But if you keep going back and stuff like that, man, you notice she can cook a little bit. You notice that she got a little bit of money in her pocket. She can give you some gas money and stuff like that. I've seen dudes cheat for an ample amount of time, and women offer them more than just pussy. So I will agree with Anton on that. The one part that I won't agree with Anton on is that, well, I won't agree with both of these brothers too, because they both make what I would consider bad points. Is that it don't take effort to cheat. Because he kind of like confuses me a little bit. He kind of contradicts himself. Because if it doesn't take effort to cheat, then you can't say that you were that you didn't go out looking for it. Some dudes absolutely go looking for it, meaning they go into the DMs, they text the chicks and stuff like that. I will say this too about Anton as well. Like, big dog, some dudes breathe and they get the opportunity to cheat, meaning they are out in the workforce. They're, to say that you put yourself in a position is kind of stretches far because I live in a world where there are women everywhere. So, it's more about, if they give you that opportunity more than anything. The part that I disagree with him was that it's a woman's responsibility on your animal instincts and shit like that. What are you talking about, dude? She can't control me. She can't control what I want to do. She could be doing everything at home. I could still find a woman online that'll be reasonable enough to have sex with me. That don't make sense. Talking about animalistic weirdo.
Then she becomes a side chick, and that's a whole nother conversation. But the point is that when you don't put yourself in a position to have to reject temptation, you can't tempt me with something that I'm not interested in. You can't tempt me with something that's not always visible in my face. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that most guys have that discipline to be able to reject temptation, to put themselves in that same room and then walk away with it without at some point at least entertaining the possibility of. There's no woman. I'm too strong of a man. I'm too much of a king in my own household. I'm a king of my own dick. I'm a king of my own life. There's no woman, not ever. I don't care what the circumstance. I don't care what it is that can ever push me to do anything other than what it is that I want to do. And that's why I'm the leader of my household, because I determine the ebbs and flows. I could never say that Rita or anybody else in my life, my mom, I don't care who it is, no woman can determine what I'm going to do on a day in and day out basis. Not one woman on this earth. That's impossible. And so, me as the leader of my household, because first, if you want to, the state of the community is the men, not the women. The women don't determine what goes on in the community, it's the men. And the only reason that women have any power in the first place is because we allowed it. We allowed it. And so, as a result, what you see is the downfall of communities at large when you see weaknesses in it because the men don't stand up and take their place and they think that it's their right to do something. I believe in earning. You have to earn the right to do things. You don't just by default get it. You have to earn your benevolence. You have to earn your dictatorship. You have to earn the people that follow you and determine what it is that you're.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, this is a part of the conversation that gets kind of like scary for a lot of women as well because I don't believe in an allowance, men allowed women to or anything like that. I do believe that I hate when dudes get on this tear because we act like women, historically have not impacted men's decisions. You get what I'm saying? That we've never depended on women for a lending hand or a voice of reason. And to be honest with you, in a marriage or any relationship that you can have friendships, anything like that. When you trust your friends, you're gonna call them, right, and ask them, questions and things like that. Allow them to am I wrong about this? Am I, how do you feel about this and stuff? That's any relationship. So to you to say that no one controls or no one dictates, like sure, in semantics, like you control your own actions, sure, but also we do give women that power to have. You know what I mean? Like let's not act like women don't have the power. That's the only thing that I want to say.
Going to do. So as a result, I can't ever in any way say that a woman is going to determine what it is that I'm going to do. The only thing that she can do is what I allow her to do and what I allow myself to be tempted to do. It's never up to her. It's always going to be up to me.
Can I ask you a question, Anton?
Sure.
What would you say to a young man? Let's say the guy's 25. He's married. He married his wife or his fiance, and she's 22, 23. She weighs 125 pounds. Let's say in 2 years she balloons up to 215 pounds. And he says, "Baby, I think you should lose weight. I'm falling. I'm not attracted to you anymore." And she refuses. What do you say in that situation?
That's he or she a reflection of him and his leadership. She should have never gotten that way in the first place.
Okay. Okay.
Rita has never gotten overweight ever in her entire life because she's a reflection of me. And the thing that I need her to do, she already understands it, and I don't even have to ask. I don't communicate it. She just understands and she does what it is that I need her to do because I'm the man that I need to be first for what it is that she needs from me. I don't negotiate. I told you I'm a benevolent dictator. I don't negotiate. This is not a democracy.
That's I'm gonna be real with you. That's kind of scary to hear from men, and that's not very tempting for women. And I get it; they're married. They've been married for 17 years. There's also this video going around, which is talking about being married to Anton is very difficult and things like that. I can't really comment too far on that because at the end of the day, they're still married. They're still living in their experience, and it seems as though, as right now, they are both accepting the roles that they have within their marriage. So that's respectable on anything like that. But personally, a lot of dudes can't just show up and say that, right? A lot of dudes can't really put that into practice and things like that. But I guess if you do come to the relationship as illustrated, you could damn near. I'm gonna be real with y'all, bro. Like a lot of dudes, if they came with the shit that they said that they were gonna come with, most of the time women don't yell at you. I've met some women who can't even get a date. Dudes promising them through tell, oh yeah, I'm gonna take you out to dinner, and 3 weeks later, or within the 3 weeks, the only thing he's asked her to do is to come through to his house or link up or things like that. So a lot of you dudes, man, you guys can't do simple shit. Like if you can't do simple shit, you're not gonna get no woman's attention. I want her to let me lead. That too, the begging. Like I feel like nowadays, like you call yourselves like some of y'all call yourselves like alpha males and shit. Like how are you alpha males and you're begging a woman for submissiveness? I've never had to beg for a woman to like me or to think that I can do things or anything like that. If I illustrate what I can do with my actions, it's gonna be fucking natural. It's not even gonna be an argument.
Texas?
I
I think that aligned with my statement then. But go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
okay. Woo! So
She about to go off.
I just
Oh, this
think
is the
that
earlier
it's
one.
crazy
She's basically saying the same thing that she said earlier. I guess I'll let her repeat.
that you can think that somebody else's behavior determines your character.
Oh, that part. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, I kind of agree with that too. It goes hand in hand. If your wife's at work acting a plump fool and things like that, people are looking at you like, why did you marry this woman? Right? Like, let's be real. If your husband's out there, doing foolishness, going to jail and stuff like that, and you still staying with him, people are also checking your character as well as his. And it goes hand in hand. So, yeah, I mean, yes and no. You know what I mean? There's also the off chance that the man or any woman can, their personalities can be different inside the home and outside the home, but you are a reflection of your partner when you step out into the streets and things like that.
First of all, second of all, it's some fucking cap for you to tell me cooking and cleaning has anything to do with your sexual urges, period, or what you find attractive or what turns you on. That is cap. Maybe there are men that are like, yeah, you watch those. Stop it. Like, there's nothing a 5 washing dishes can do that will make you as sexually as excited as a 10. I don't care what the fuck you talking about.
I think she missed the metaphor a little bit. She missed the metaphor. It's not necessarily cooking and cleaning, but when men are missing things within a home, this is when, if and when they step out cheating. If they're missing things that are within the home, a woman that's listening to them, a woman that'll, they go to their house, their house is clean and all that stuff. They're cooking for you and things like that. They're nurturing. That's basically what it is. When another woman is more nurturing to the guy than his wife or his main, for some of y'all young whippersnappers out there, that's when the dude looks for. That's what some dudes look for. They're not gonna cheat. They might downgrade in like looks or something like that, but best believe that that woman's like letting him borrow the car. Like that woman is letting him do whatever it is that she want to do. And some women know you exist, and they still say, "Look, you know what? In order to keep him around, because his dick's probably good, or his company, his masculinity is good, then guess what? I'm gonna keep him around, and I'm gonna let him use the car. I'm gonna let him sleep on my couch or in my bed. I'm gonna cook him a meal when you don't cook him a meal." So I think women like skip out on that part when it comes to cheating. That shit does happen, ma'am.
Okay? I just think that this whole thing is crazy because most men cannot afford
Ooh.
this shit that you're telling them. They cannot afford this. They can't. They can't. They
And
can't.
it's a whole
You need
bunch
my
of
money. You need my money. You need my money. So I don't want to hear none of that, all of that. 90% of men need that check that she brings home. And this is the
Mm.
facts. Okay? So it's really wild to me that people want to try to Kevin Hart their woman. You are not Kevin. You don't, you,
Okay. So I also kind of get her point as well on that. I missed that part, but this is my closing. But basically, I tell dudes this too, is that that part she is right on. Is if your money, I'm gonna be real, bro. If you're not making majority of the money, you're not taking care of mostly everything. Some of y'all want the over shit. Like y'all want to be these big ass dictators. Like he said, a benevolent dictator. You want to dictate everything that goes on in her life and all that stuff. And you talking about half and half on rent. You talking about half and half on everything. Now that's when you do need to shut the fuck up because at the end of the day, bro, if you're making $5,000 or less, I'm not saying that you don't need a level of submissiveness, but a lot of y'all want to control these women. That's the problem. Is that some of y'all want to control these women, and that is an issue. That is a whole issue, because you know what I mean. You don't make the money to control everything that she does. You still ask for her money. You still ask for her to do things for you and things like that. So, um, I I gotta give her a little bit on that. She a little crazy, but I gotta give her a little bit on that. And I know a lot of dudes that triggers a lot of dudes because they think that damn, a woman should listen to everything that I tell her to do and stuff like that. Big dog, there ain't no woman in the world that's gonna do that. But also, let me also say this: if your resume is not good, that she's not going to listen to you either. So, that's just how I see it, man. Hey, like, subscribe, comment, man. Excuse me. Make sure you guys comment, man. Tell me what you think about this conversation, man. Peace.